Hello, everybody! This is the OBA2 coming at ya with my episode review of episode 11 of season 2 of Kamisama Kiss. Yeah, baby! Now, this episode was kind of like broken up into like 2 half mini episodes, so had 2 parts of it that just were like separate stories going possibly on at the exact same time, but really at the same time kind of didn't have anything to do with each other. So the first half is all about Akuro, aka Kirihito, and he has just completed this mirror he used with the dirt from the netherworld so he can get back into the netherworld, and he says he has this band of hair of Nanamis that he got wrapped around his arm and like a bracelet like type thing, and he has this so-called to protect him in the netherworld. And of course something else shows up. Yatoru shows up from the Tengu arc, and I'm like, how does he know him? This is interesting because I thought I've done seen the last Yatoru possibly with the Tengu and everything, but no, he has ties to Akuro somehow. We get hints of it, but not enough to fully understand how well. And like Akuro's like, I don't remember you, and he's like, Yatoru's like, yeah, I was always in the corner, kind of cowering and whimpering. So we have this massive thing, which even perceived before that in the episode, was another flashback between Akuro and Tomoe. And Akuro's like talking, I've heard of the phrase a sea of fire. I think it means a fire so big it's like a sea. And he's like, I wonder if I lit this this forest ablaze, if it'd be like a sea of fire. And Tomoe was like, yeah, but my foxfire is even better. And besides, you'd probably get consumed by this fire. So it's not a good idea. So we have this massive piece of basically Akuro just going into the netherworld, trying to get his body. He finds where his body is, but he's not able to get there and has to retreat. His body seems to be locked at the top of a mountain that's on fire. So it's like he's like because that's how he flashes back to that discussion with Tomoe back in the day, and he's basically like this is like say this is kind of suited. Yeah, of course the gods would put my body here in the netherworld. It makes tons of sense, and he ends up having to escape back out with Yatoru and get back out, and there's like black flames coming up out of the portal, and he's like, yeah, the way I can close the portal right away is to break it, but I put all this work into making it, so I really don't know if I don't think I should break it. So we have this awesome. The other thing that was awesome, I was loving Kirito, who's Akuro and Kirito's body, his reactions, and talking to Kirito's mother in this whole situation and everything. But yeah, and then that was the first big piece in the series episode. It was like that first half. The second half is all about the year god and Nanami and everything, and she's basically eating snacks and watching a wedding video on TV. She's just with yeah, she's basically with, god damn it. Yeah, but she's you know, with her with the snake familiar of hers basically, and I have horrible names at times. But yeah. And yeah, and basically she's like, yeah, I had a, he was like, wouldn't you love to get, isn't marriage wonderful? And she's like, yeah, I already got a proposal. And he comes over and kicks Tomoe's ass. But it turns out the marriage proposal wasn't from Tomoe, and she wasn't talking about Jiro either. She was talking about Himiko. And the boy that she likes, and the fact that Himeko, when her and her guy is basically ready to get married, the fact that she will wanted to hold the ceremony at Nanami's shrine. So that was awesome. This other part is like the year god, and it's I think it seems to appear to be the year of the snake. So they're going in, and they each have to pass through these barriers. Nanami's insistent on going. She's insistent on going, even though Tomoe again says, you don't need to come, you don't need to go, you don't need to. And they all have to pass through these passageways, each one for a different person with their name on it, and you basically, by passing through these, you pass through your 12 years of life, your previous 12 years. And of course, Tomoe is like, yeah, he's going to pass through his past 12 years, where he's just waiting. And our other familiar is like, he's going to pass through his 12 years of waiting. And we have Nanami's 12 years. And this is interesting because we get to look into her past, especially since she's running late, and the other Tomoe and her other familiar are basically running late. They're up there, so they end up going through her passageway, and it's supposed to be forbidden for anyone else to go through someone else's passageway. And lo and behold, they get a look into Nanami's past. Her father, who basically was a massive gambler and then left. Her mother, and we find out the reason that Tomoe is also going away. I didn't know the side of her, and basically she loses her mother, and her father runs away for gambling, to run away from his debts, and that's how she lost her house. So basically that's where the episode ends. We get a peek into her past a little more. Especially I'm loving how Tomoe is getting a peek into her past. And I'm looking forward to the next episode, because I'm really focusing that they're going to go really deep in it. Tomoe is going to get a really deep look into Nanami's past, understand her more, understand her better, and hopefully fall even more in love with her. And please, hopefully, finally be able to just admit it to Nanami that you want to be with her. Thus, this is the old boy 82 saying, if you like this video, please click like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. This is the old boy 82 signing out.